By going to a very small school, there was usually about 5 of us girls in a class. And so you didn't really pair up with just one-on-one. We were all friends. We were all just pretty much equal. We'd go to each other's homes and spend the night with them, and maybe go to somebody else's home and spend the night with them. We just hung together as a group. And then when we wanted to have a party, the boys, they were 3 boys, they were just really included in it. So I don't think we had a favorite friend.
Well, when we was real young, we went and stayed with Mabel Ann. You and I would go and stay with Mabel Ann because she was an only child. So that was back in like second and third, probably didn't go anywhere in the first grade, the second, third, and fourth grade. Mabel Ann was maybe be our closest friend when we was young. And because we were invited to her home and she got to come to our home because her being an only child. And then later on, Donna, Gay was our neighbor 2 miles away. And so we could go ride horses or something together. So she was in our community. And then we got in high school, maybe a little bit with Sue, like riding horses or, maybe going dancing or something like that. But we were just all real close. I don't know.
The only trick that we played as being twins would be on our boyfriends, because the kids we went to school with could tell us apart. If we dated boys that wasn't in our school, that was harder. Vonna had a date with this boy one night, and I got in the car and I took off with him, and we got about a half a mile, and I said, Bob, I think you better turn around and go back home. I'm not Vonna, I'm Donna. Really, I forgot about this.
I had too.
Until Bob saw me. We were adults. Bob saw me and he said, I'm still mad at you for doing that. I said, what did I do, Bob? What, don't you remember switching you and Vaughn on me? I said, no. And so he said, well, I sure remember. So we made Bob angry. He didn't stop dating Vonna, but anyway, I think he was a little more
embarrassed,
just a little more cautious the next time he picked us up, But of course, he wasn't in our school to see us, so he didn't know all of our differences. And of course, we traded with our husbands before we were married.
Because we almost always double dated. Donna and I did.
And we'd go into the restaurant to get a Coke or something, and I'd get in the seat with Key, or she'd get in the seat with Lev. They wouldn't pay attention. They wouldn't say anything, Then we'd say something about, Vonna let me over there. They just kind of got, but that's about the most we ever did. We never could fool the teachers, I don't think, because they got to know our differences, and just like the kids did.
So you must have looked quite a little bit alike when you were younger.
Yes, and when we go now to school reunions or community reunions, they can't tell us apart. They kind of forgot the differences, so they have to say, well, whichever one you are. We hear that a lot now. Whichever one you are.
Our classmate girls, they tell us apart.
But the boys can.
But the other class members, lower or higher grades. Well, which one are you? Which one are you? So.
Oh, there's the dress. Mother bought one, and This dress right here, Mother found one in the store and she bought it. And then she found fabric to match and she come home and made it, did all the embroidery work and everything. So we would look alike. She wanted us to look alike in all of our clothes and all of our dress. She made just about everything.
This one right here is Donna. She's got a little fuller face than I. And then this is me, Donna.
I mean, no,
Jean jacket.
Now here's when we're a little older. Mother made those. This is Donna, a little fuller face. And this is myself. Now here's the picture. It's myself, Donna, and Mother made these dresses also.
For the jean jacket we got to buy.
And then we always wanted a jean jacket. And finally, Mother was able to get us a jean jacket. Evidently, we sold enough cream that she was able to, or maybe made a good enough wheat crop, was able to get a jean jacket. But
did you always dress alike?
I think that's what confused our dates, because we dressed alike. Even going to school every day, we dressed alike. Only thing difference, I had brown and white Oxfords. Donna had black and white Oxford shoes. But even our shoes was always alike. But Mother couldn't get all brown or all black, so we had to share.
We like to dress alike. So
Today, even as through the years, we have had our school reunions, and we always had it every 2 years. Even though Donna and I didn't plan it this way, but it seemed like if I bought something yellow, Donna had something yellow, or whatever color it may be. But we didn't plan it that way. It happened. It just happened. And just like the other day, going into the doctor's office, we didn't even think anything about it. She had on a blue and white blouse. I had on a blue and white t-shirt top. And the doctor commented how we really coordinated in our colors today, just being sisters. And of course, I spoke up and said, well, we're twins. And he said, yes, you are twins. So I wanted to, for some reason, the same colors.
Do you think that you're on the same wavelength most of the time?
Yes.
very much so.
Yes, most definitely.
What else other than clothing? What else can you think of?
Medical. It seems like when Donna might get a little ill, I kind of feel like maybe I'm a day or two later. Or I think Donna's kind of the same way. If, kind of down today. Well, she's kind of down today too. And we just wonder why.
And I call her on the telephone and I was just thinking of you. I was going to call you on the telephone. We do think a lot. We plan different houses, but when we come together, they're an awful lot alike. I would do the same thing that she's going to do at her new home. I wouldn't be different. I'd be the
We're
same.
almost the same anyway, real close.
Did you have water running through your farm?
No. We were very dry land. Our wells didn't even produce a lot of water. That's the reason why Mother didn't have and Dad didn't have a garden, because we just didn't have the water.
I had to keep it for the cows.
Yes, and the horses. So our wells just wouldn't pump a lot.
Even though you had the wind to make the well go up and down, it pumped dry. It's a windmill.
The pipe
Yeah,
in the
pipe.
ground. They went down in the ground, drilled a well, and it had to go down several feet. It was feet
50, 60 feet.
to get water. And it was a shallow stream that went underground there. And we just never did have that. But Mother did buy us a swimming suit when we were going to be going to Arkansas. I can remember mine. It felt like wool. It just absorbed a lot of water and stretched out like crazy. And I hated that thing. And so I didn't wear it very much.
I never did learn how to swim. Never did. And so
We'd get to go to town occasionally and swim in the swimming pool, but it wasn't much fun.
And we haven't mentioned this, but I remember when we was having well problems getting water at the farm there. And Donna, I don't know, maybe it's after we had left home, but I happened to be there at Mom's, but it could have been while we were still at home. But we had a person come out and he drilled deep 3 holes before we ever hit water. And so water was very scarce around just like you say, just the stream under the ground that you would hit. And we used to have a guy that would come out and witch wells for water. And they finally got a gentleman come out and do that. Well, they carry a stick, like a
Fork and stick.
like a breastbone of a chicken, and carry it and walk around. And when it turned down, that means there was water there. It might not be very deep, or maybe might be real deep, but they had to witch to find the water well that he finally was able to get some water out of.
Takes a special talent to do that.
And I think a special stick.
Some can do it with just a forked tree stem, but others have to have special made fork to do it. And so it's a new thing.
Oh my, we went dancing a lot because our aunt and uncle in the summertime had a big open cement, which now is a Quonset barn, but they opened that up as a place to go dancing and had country western dances there on Saturday night. And my dad and my cousin would work at the gate. This is out in the country now. This is not in town. And my mom and my cousin cooked the hamburgers and had the sodas and things like that. And that's when we started dancing. Yes, yes, with aunts, uncles. I mean, that taught us how to dance. And we were just kids. What do you say?
8th grade.
8th grade, somewhere along that. So we, in the summertime, that's what we spent on Saturday night, going dancing.
Music. Music.
Country western, little bands coming in and playing good country western music. Mm-hmm.
We had about 3 or 4 bands in the neighborhood between Woodward and Buffalo and around that kind of traveled here and there to different VFWs and things. And they would come out there, and our uncle built a shelter just especially for them so they could keep the piano there. And we loved to dance. So we danced in the wintertime. We'd go to the Legion out there in Laverne. We'd go to Arnett and go to Buffalo. We did that more than anything. And we happened to marry guys that like to do the same thing. So our dates was pretty much going to a dance on Saturday night.
Our school activities was playing basketball and playing volleyball and a little softball. So
You played.
Yes, we played. We played basketball. Mm-hmm. We played volleyball and we played softball. So that was our sports in when we was at school.
So did you go to other schools against them?
Yes, definitely, and in tournaments and all. Yes, we traveled, not like they do nowadays, but ours was just a short distance, maybe less than 50 miles away. Probably never over 50 miles. So it'd be less than 50 miles. So yes, it was just small, close areas on our school buses. Mm-hmm.
In 1953, and again in 1955, our boys' basketball team took state in Oklahoma in our class.
It was considered a Class C school. Mm-hmm.
Very
Small.
very much an honor. And now it has been enough years that they're honoring them again in the state of Oklahoma. So we find that very exciting. Games that we played lots of cards. Our family loved to play cards. Our aunts and uncles loved to play cards. Our boyfriends liked to play cards. So if we weren't dancing, we were home playing cards, pretty much so. Because movies cost money to go to, and the boys didn't have any more money than what we did. So dances we could get in for 50 cents. And we all had a couple of quarters, so we could go to them. I think that's just the most fun we had besides riding horses. We rode when it was nice weather, wasn't busy. We got to ride on Saturday, just take off and ride many miles as we wanted to ride.
Come back in, laying over the horses on our bellies because we have already sat too long on the horse. I can remember coming in, laying over the horse on my belly. Remember that, Donna? We couldn't sit up any longer because we didn't have saddles. We rode bareback. So, good memories. Mhm. Yes.